Just about some weeks ago, these people, I don't know, but the most painful part of it when they went to my house was they almost raped my 11 years daughter. So, but I don't know what to say anyway. But um, from what we are doing, I decided not to be coming here, but I'm doing what I'm doing because I have direct contact. I do what I do. But one of the reasons why I raise my hand here, and it has been a long time. Um, if you can DM me, just DM me on my DM. I don't really have much to say, but even our host here, the topic is nice. The only solution, these monsters. If Nigeria haven't happened to you, will not understand what people who Nigeria has happened to, what they are complaining. It might be just story you are telling, joining the multitude. Nigeria is bad. Nigeria is this. Nigeria is that. But I wouldn't say what. See that up till now. You understand, brother? That is why I do what I do more now, because even there is somebody I was discussing yesterday. For my sake, he has seen what happened, and we are taking what has happened, the pictures, everything. When we went to our congregational hearing, he was asking me, "Am I part of the people that were there in the White House?" I said, yes. This happened to you in your house. And this is what they did to your house. And this is how they molested your daughter. I said, usually, when I was saying it, he wouldn't understand, but I was able to make it like this a clean evidence for them to know and say that what our PM is fighting for, they're telling the people that that country has to end because there is nothing that can happen. The problem we have is these people. I will fight with my life. Every Muslim we have in Biafra land, Igbo man is not born in Muslim. They were all bought with money. About 40 years or 30 something years or when we were still going on, I know people I can count from Imo State, one after the other, they begin to call them Alhaji. Why? They bought them with money. Ugochukwu was bought, so many of them when we were still little, and they become millionaires. They don't have you. And I'm still telling people the problem we have with these people, and I will fight with my life, they can never be in our nation. This is what Europeans have noticed now. America has noticed that. Even the people that are pushing them away because they are the problem that we have. And they can never be, if it is the last blood I have, they can never be where I am. I will end it here. In any day I come on space, I usually do something just for me appearing this for after a long while. I don't know, but I send the money we are sending it. But if you're giving another 50,000 a year, just because I appear on the space and speak, that is my policy. Stanley, please dear me. Thank you. May more grace, more strength be upon all of us. The people who have fallen by the wayside, stand up. We are almost there. This last push, you will see what will happen. As I am in this struggle. And what happened to me years ago has happened to me. Oh my God. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, John. Thank you very much. God bless you for the donation. Thank you so much. I didn't know the story, but I think it's not something you want to, be talking over the space about your daughter. I've not had that before. I think I'm hearing it for the first time. And it's just a hint because you just hinted. You didn't say much, which is much more better. Not everything is meant to be spilled, but whatever it is, we all know Nigeria is not meant for human beings. It wasn't even created to favor humans. The people that created it have their own reasons, which is to exploit, and they do that in the expense of human life, and that's what they've been known for, which is the British. So, and that is why it's not going to get any better. So, whatever your experience was, your family, your house, as you made mention, I would say sorry for that, my brother. Sorry, whatever it is, that's why we're struggling to be free. Honestly, if many of us come and start saying what we've experienced in the zoo, honestly, I mean, we won't be out of here today because I think everybody has a very terrible experience about that zoo. And when they say it, people think it's just for saying sake because we want Biafra and all that. But actually, that place is not meant for humans. In the real sense, in the real truth of it, it's not designed to make anyone better, to make life better for any human being. It's not just about condemnation. It's the reality of it, you know. So I just want to say sorry for whatever you have been through. I know you couldn't even say it, so that's why you were like beating it all around. But whatever it is, I sincerely apologize, whatever it might be. Thank you for the donation. I sent you. I'm not following you on this account. I followed you. If you follow me back, I'll be able to DM you. So I will talk. Really need to talk. Really need to talk. The number at which we are communicating, I couldn't reach you there. I think you're not using that line any longer. But we really need to talk. Okay. So thank you very much. So Roger and Fury, you can go on, my brother.
Okay, all right. Thank you very much. Once again, we also feel your pain as well, our brother.
Thank you for sharing. Thank you.
Whatever it is,
Everybody, keep
that
sharing. They want to get more.
Abiyama should give you
Happy New
the
Year.
from it. Sometimes because of things that happen to us, that's why we are saying that let us be emotionally attached to this Biafra. When we are emotionally attached to Biafra, the freedom of Biafra is going to become the freedom of every Biafra. Be it our leaders, only the Nnamdi Kanu, our former Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, or current Prime Minister Ukere, or any other Biafra at that, you understand? The freedom of Biafra is going to be our freedom. You understand? So let's try to be emotionally attached because I believe today that if Biafra is free today, tomorrow if I go to Onitsha Bridge and stand and shout Biafra, if I go to Warri and stand and shout Biafra, if I go to Urele, Ole, or Zoro to shout Biafra, nobody's coming to adopt me or kidnap me and lock me up. You understand? And that is freedom. So let us be emotionally attached to this Biafra. Let's be emotionally attached to our freedom, not to one person. You understand? This is why earlier on when Auntie Stella hosted the program, that what are those things that you expect from Biafra? I said it, that rule of law. You understand? Because when we have rule of law, it will be understood that no matter who is involved, we go by what the law says. And every solid country that we see today is because they have very strong system. And those systems are they are product of rule of law. You understand? So when we are obedient to rule of law, you see that the America we are running to, we bring America to Biafra land. The Israel we want to run to, we bring Israel to Biafra land. The Canada we want to run to, we bring it to Biafra land. The rule of law, if the law says that within a specific period of time, if anything happens to our leader, if the leader is incapacitated, there is need to elect a new leader. That is rule of law. Let us try to uphold that rule of law. You understand that because of the immense and great love that we had for our former Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, we even exceeded that time over a period of 1 year before we did the needful. You understand? And some people will be so angry. When you have the rule of law in a country, no matter how powerful a citizen of that country is, if he withdraws from supporting that country as a result of rule of law being upheld, it's not going to make that country to collapse. You understand? So that is what rule of law does. So let me just quickly speak on the topic that Biafra independence only solution to end Christian killings in Nigeria. Of course, we have said it many times before. Because one problem that Christians are having under Nigeria is lack of knowledge. You understand? And the Bible says that my people perish for lack of knowledge. You see? So when you are not informed, when you don't have the information that keep you informed, you become deformed, and in your deformation, it leads to your death. And this is exactly what is happening to a lot of Christians today, because Christians under Nigeria, they feel like they belong. They claim ownership of that place they call Nigeria, not knowing that in writing, in document, in the constitution, it is not like that. This is why when you go to the constitution of Nigeria, there are a lot of appearances of Quran, a lot of appearances of Islam in the constitution of Nigeria. But how many places can you point out that Bible appears in the constitution of Nigeria? How many places can you point out that Christianity appear in the constitution of Nigeria? None. You understand that? Because the people lack knowledge, they lack information, they don't have this information. Nigerian pastors are only they are only good at studying the pages of the Bible, where they can use to convince people to donate offering, to give offering, but they are not even interested to go and study the constitution of Nigeria to know where they belong. So they are being part of Nigeria is being done by faith. They claim they claim their Nigerianness belonging to Nigeria by faith. You understand? Because they don't really know what is written in the constitution. They don't know their place in the constitution of Nigeria. They don't know their stand in the constitution of Nigeria. So the lack of this knowledge has caused them, has caused the Christians their lives under Nigeria. Because when you go to the constitution, you realize that Nigeria is an Islamic state. It belongs to the Muslim. You understand? So when you see a Fulani Hausa claiming that Nigeria belongs to them, don't argue it with them, because down there in the constitution it's clearly stated. Even the naira that you are using today, can't you see Arabic? Arabic is signal on the naira. Can't you see it? Even your military emblem, the Arabic is there. How many Jewish signs are there? How many Christian signs are there?
Don't mind.
How many Christian signs in the signal in the naira that is spent?
Don't mind
Or
them.
in the Nigeria army logo? It's not there. But lack of knowledge, my people perish for lack of knowledge. That is what the Bible says. Christians are perishing in Nigeria because they lack knowledge. They don't know that this Nigeria does not belong to them. It belongs to the Muslims. It's an Islamic state. But they just claim ownership of it blindly without the knowledge. This is what has brought a lot of death to them. So Biafra independence, only solution to the end to end Christian killings in Nigeria. That is the real truth, because the truth is that we have many Islamic countries in the world, we have many Christian countries. But when you know that, okay, fine, we have a Biafran state with Christian value, with Western civilization, then it will be well understood that when you are coming to this country is a Christian country. This country has Christian value, it has Western value. The laws will spell it all out. If it is convenient and comfortable for you to come and live in that country, then you will come. If it is not convenient for you to come and live in such Christian country, then you will stay back in your Islamic country where you cut the neck of people. Likewise, Nigeria, when Biafra has been created as a state, the people that are going to make up Nigeria, whether Yoruba or Hausa or Fulani, you understand? So now they will also spell out their laws that this is an Islamic country. In order for you to live in this country, these are the rules you must abide with. You must use canopy to cover your whole body. You must do certain things. You must do this. If it is not convenient for you, if you cannot abide by those rules, There's no need for you to go there. You understand? So by so doing, you see that peace will reign immediately. You understand that in a situation whereby you bring Christians, different background, Muslim, different background, and you want to force them together, and the Muslims are not comfortable with the lifestyle of the Christians, why the Christians are not comfortable with the lifestyle of the Muslims, what happens is anarchy, it's killing. This is exactly what we are seeing today. So when you have a Christian state with Christian, I mean a Biafran state with Christian value and Western civilization, it's going to put an end to all of these killings that we see. Because even our Christian brothers and sisters in Yoruba land, in Hausa land, in Kaduna, in whatever they are, when they see that there is a Biafran state with Christian value where Christians are accommodated, they will relocate. Are there no Nigerians that are living all their lives in Ghana? Are there not Ghanaians that are living all their lives in America? Are there not Americans that are living all their lives in Israel? You understand? Because they feel like, okay, the policies here, they are good for me. They are okay for me. I can survive here. Then they migrate to that place. They relocate to that place. So also it's going to be when we have a Biafran state that has Christian value and Western civilization. If it becomes a safe haven to Christians in that former Nigeria, to Christians in all over the place they used to call Nigeria, it will become a place where Christians can feel at home, a place of abode, a place where they can express their thought, it's a place where they can express their way of worship. You understand? That by the time you contract all of these people together and you are calling them because in the name of, not even for the benefit of the people, for the indigenous people, but for the benefit of Britain, for the benefit of few Western powers.
How are you?
Together to benefit them, to give them a better life, but to create a means and access for Britain to keep stealing the resources of these people. What you have is anarchy, and this is exactly this is why we are calling to the nations of the world. Please intervene. Let a Biafran state be created. He is going to put an end to all the Christian genocide that are happening all over that place they call Nigeria today. You understand? But the more we keep being together, the more people that will be killed by all these Islamic jihadists, Fulani, and all these Islamic extremists. You understand? And that being said, there's something that our father was saying, Literal Dragon, talking about security. You know, I've always said this time and time again, that nobody is going to protect you better than your brother. Nobody is going to protect you better than your sister. Most time when you see this Nigerian army, police, and whatever killing, slaughtering our people in their hundreds, in their thousands, it's simply because they don't have any blood ties to us. You understand? But just imagine a situation whereby that the chief of army staff is Okechu, the chief of army staff is Orenero, the chief of army staff is Tegolo, the chief of army staff is Osaro, it's a Kaite. It's any of these Biafran names. You understand? These people will understand better that these people that I am a chief of army staff over. These are my people. They are more than ties to peace rapper. In most cases, our parents they go to the same market to buy and sell. You understand? So before you are going to take the life of your brother, these blood ties also speak that this is my brother. But in the case of Nigeria, it's not like that. You bring people from Yoruba, you bring people from Hausa, bring them to Biafra land. They slaughter in Imo State. They slaughter the indigenous Biafran in Imo State. Slaughter indigenous Biafra in Isoko, in Ozoro, in Odi, in Okwama, in Cross River. No, when they are killing our people, they don't even see that blood ties today. They don't feel any sense of remorse because they don't have anything in common with this.
Yeah.
The background of these people that are killing our people is quite different. In most cases, their religion is even quite different. We don't have the same background. You understand? So they will just slaughter our people without minding. Just imagine a Biafra whereby our own people are the chief of police, they are the chief of army, they are the president, they are the governors. If the governor misbehaves, we know in papas, we know in mamas, we march, go meet and complain. If the president misbehaves, we know in papas, know in mamas, we march, go meet the people, complain. You understand? These policies that they put in that kill our people is not going to be there. So this is the kind of Biafra we are fighting. And lastly, I want to appease our people. Please, let us go by the law. Let us be civilized people. Our former Prime Minister Simon Ekpa said he is the finisher. We believe him. We love him so much. He's a respected man. But now he is in prison. He cannot finish from the prison. It is his desire that the enemy stop and they arrested him, imprisoned him,
DOS
incapacitated him.
and then
And I strongly believe he's a fearless man. When the laws, the charter, and the bylaws were written, I think he's aware of them. You understand? If he would have wished that being a prime minister is a birthright to him, being a leader is a birthright to him. I know my former prime minister Simon Ekpa. He would have said that clause that said after 3 months, if a prime minister is incapacitated, that clause should not be included at all. That I'm the finisher. Don't include. But he knows very well that as a freedom fighter, anything can happen. He could be arrested and incapacitated. That is why he did not say that. This is the same thing that he told us that we cannot take order from our leader, the KANU, in prison. You understand? That doesn't mean that they are not our leader. Even the current democratically elected Prime Minister Ogechukwu Okere, he's always saying it. Whenever he's making his broadcast, he always says that my leaders. Who is he referring to? He's referring to the former Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. He's referring to our leader, Nnamdi Kanu. He calls them my leaders. Up to the time that he was even elected Prime Minister, he has always called our former Prime Minister my boss. And I even strongly believe that up to today, he still sees him as his boss. You understand? So the reason why a new Prime Minister has to be elected is to coordinate the government activity. You understand? So that if there is a need for somebody to be held accountable from destroying, from scattering the mind of our people, that person could be held accountable without any interference from prison or from anywhere. Just imagine that if we were able to hold Ugozi accountable now, the people that he has come up to distract again, to confuse again, mislead again, and it's not have been like that. But what caused it? Because of the interference from prison. This is why we have an active leader that is outside, that is free, that is able to see whatever is happening, that is able to take active decision on the day-to-day running of the Biafra government. You understand? This is why we have a prime minister. Once again, I will end by saying, I expect a Biafra that upholds rule of law. Rule of law gives birth to a strong system. And when there is a strong system, when there is rule of law, no matter how powerful an individual is, if he pull out from supporting that state will not fall because that individual pulled out. Because there is rule of law that is going to create a very strong system to that nation or to that country. Thank you very much, my dear comrades, for giving me the opportunity. I yield the mic here. My name is Pedro.
Thank you so much, Reja Feli. Thank you
And
for this beautiful submission. Thank you for that summary. That's good. That's a good one. Thank you very much.
Good morning.
Yes, so
thank you. Keep sharing.
John, you're raising your hand again. Afri Dominion is here. After Afri Dominion, John, you can speak. Okay.
Crocodile smiling.
Afri Dominion, are you ready? Are you there?
All these things
Afri Dominion.
but not happen in Hausa. That's why
John, go ahead. He's not ready. I don't think he's close to his mic. John, can you hear me?
It will be our own. Obi want to go and be a Boko Haram leader, commander-in-chief of Boko.
Go ahead, John.
Yeah, hello.
Fulani terrorists.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was about to pick my call. You know, the snow that fall here.
I got
the government in New Jersey, they stopped the no train, no bus. So even in New York now, the snow has never, this is the first ever that the snow. So I was about to pick, the snow draw my leg and I fell down. Even the front of my phone just break now because somebody picked it up and gave to me. I fell down hopefully now because of how I slipped from my leg now. That's why I was like, because I'm just coming outside. So what I want to say is, my mind concerning Page was saying something then I pick one or two words here from what he said. Our PM. The issue is this. We cannot continue to march backward. We will always march forward. As a Christian, at the time, God told the Israelites, where you are staying, you have stayed so long there, you have to move camp. And you know what that means. Dwelling on a particular place for so long can cause you so many things if you are not moving. So now, what do I mean by this? Let me put it this way. You see, Ngozi Arabeze, the case we have with her in America here must go back. It's a must, M-U-S-T, because she cannot cause this so much havoc with the state of where we are, and you say we can forgive. In this program we are now, there is nothing like forgiveness. Obi Chicago always say that. And now I begin to reason with her. I find the reason why he's saying that he's saying that in this, because so many people have died.
Yes.
So when people are saying our PM, this and that,
I was like discussing with somebody
yesterday, somebody who our former PM take intimate among the 21-man committee that is one of the eye of our former PM in technology or doing so many things. I will not call him. I was discussing with him yesterday on some talk. He was telling me, assume our leader NNAMDI KANU now, where he is, the only thing that for us to move forward with this struggle is this. At the time, he said,
yes, Happy New Year. In the YouTube, in the Facebook.
Time is coming, we will form a government. And when we form a government, because it can no longer be things of group or group, because governments oversee. If not for the State Department in this country that recognize Brigi and always having so many things to do with them, they cannot do with individual. It's not possible. So when he say we form a government and the government is here, what he has to do is, what is happening? Who is leading this government? What are the things to do? And because we can never go backward, never. It's impossible. What are we to do? If we hold it dearly that we are looking for what we want on the stage where we are in now, because we have gone far too much to even say we look back, not even to say to even look back, not even to turn back. No, we can never. So, but if he doesn't do that, and by asking that question, who is the person who is in charge or who is prioritizing it, is our PM. What and this? What is the advice? What is this? What is this? Look at how it's gonna go. Maybe for one thing or the other, he might not say it, or but depending on, because our great leader Maznan is a wise man. So the person who is holding the mantle now, it doesn't make I want to call us now and say, okay, look at this. We want to do this or do that. When can we have the meeting? We say, okay, let us put a call to Finland so that we know what our former PM will say. That we have gone past that stage. The stage where we are now is, talk to me, I talk to you. Do we have anything to sit down to speak or to talk? Because it's getting to that. We have to be wise. So if you see anybody that is saying like among the group of the people, like the Ngozi on himself, coming out to be putting word and saying it's not possible. These are all his followers. Why this and that? I thought they hated this man. They called our PM a crook, a criminal, this and that, or this or that. They insulted him. They say he's foster. He says, so what concerns them again as the new PM, duly elected, according to the charter? Because we love
our former PM well, very well. That is why we hold it. So when these people ask us a question and say, why did you hold it so much? He said after 3 months, and you hold it well like this, what happened? It's because of the love we have for him. That is why it was like even almost a year or a year and but now they're gonna see that these people, they have been handed the charter in the White House, in the Senate, everywhere. You can see John James. You can see so many of them, even Ted Cruz, when they have the charter, and they are now monitoring it. But these people, they claim that they know what they are doing. But if you look at what he said, and they are saying that this and that, it's not done. How can we be serious with these people? Because they don't know what they are doing. But now they realize that yes, this is what it's supposed to be, because this is the PM. He who is incapacitated will no longer be the one who has the authority to say what is happening, except if he comes out and the people decide it will happen. That is the reason why we must march forward. Anybody trying to say to bring us back again, to draw us back, run away from that person. It doesn't matter who that person, even though it's me, John speaking, run away from me. Even though it's whoever that person is, because the struggle we are in is not owned by a single person. The struggle we are is a spirit, and it's that spirit that governs us. And when that spirit leads, that is what we follow. So I will end it here, but that is what escaped my mind, and I decided to achieve this since after the election, one or two things or the other has made me. Sometimes I'm always on the online, but I decided if you check it, it's a long time that I've said something. But anybody who is against our PM duly elected, look upon that person and free yourself from that person, because that person is not with us. I use my mic here. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to speak.
Please, I want to ask a question, Mr. Stanley. Stanley, I don't
Yeah,
know if you
yeah,
can just.
yeah, yeah. My co-host, please allow me to say something on what the last have just said. You see, these people that are making comments about going to our leader either in prison or in detention, I think there is basic lack of knowledge. They are suffering from certain ailment that is making it difficult for them to understand how government is run. I think like we know we are in a better position to understand things than I don't know how to qualify their what they are doing is. It's like they are not supposed to be part of this system. It's like they don't really understand how institutions are run.
How government is being run.
How administration is run. You have a charter after 3 months, and government was magnanimous enough to make it a 1 year, which is even contrary to the charter. I must confess, which is even contrary to the charter. But be it as it may, they were magnanimous enough to allow 1 year to elapse. So I don't think we owe these people any aspiration, because it's like coming to their level. It's like descending to their level. If we keep on making it as if they have a point, it's like we are descending to their own level of understanding.
Yes.
You see, our leaders are in detention. They have lost the legitimacy to continue to give instructions. They know it. You see, even NNAMDI KANU, he doesn't have informations about what we are doing. They are hiding it from him. They are hiding the information of the wave, the momentum that Briggy is making. They are hiding to him our presence in the seat of power of the world's greatest power, which is United States. They are hiding it from him. These people don't know what we are doing. They don't know how far we have gone. But one day it will be done on them because information will get to them.
Bam.
So I don't think we owe any explanation to these people that lack, they are bereft of basic knowledge of how administration is run. They don't understand. So I think let's not be descending to their level. It's quite clear that they lack basic knowledge of administration. Very, very clear. So please, thank you so much. Your submission was very beautiful. Thank you so much. My co-host, please continue.
I want to ask you a question. I want to ask you one question before you move on, please. I beg. Can I go ahead?
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
From what we have seen so far, the Biafran Charter has been given to the number 3 man in America. That is Man Johnson. The charter has also been given to a lot of the lawmakers in Washington. And it is clearly stated there that if a leader, a prime minister is capacitated within a specific period of time, a new one should be elected. What if, as it stands now, it took us 1 year because of the immense love we have for our former prime minister before we elected a new prime minister? What if we did not even bother to elect a new prime minister at all? And the number 3 man of United States of America, Man Johnson, asked the question that here in your charter it is stated that if your prime minister is incapacitated within 3 months, a new leader or a new prime minister should be elected. But now you refuse to elect a new prime minister. Does it mean that the Biafra you are looking for is a Biafra where emotion, your much love for a particular individual is going to override the rule of law? How will you answer that question to the U.S. Congress, to the U.S. lawmakers? Thank you very much, sir.
Yeah, you have even given answer to it, because it will be a clear message to the Congress that we don't know what we are doing, and we don't even keep to our own. Which that is like it's going to be a message that we are still part of the zoo system that does not obey their rules and their laws. And in fact, I really thank God that they moved so fast, because at the end of the day, the APM would have lost its legitimacy. You see, because the charter says after 3 months, and we were so magnanimous enough to make it to allow it to elapse to that. And let me also tell you, there are certain documents you cannot sign except the prime minister can sign it. These people don't really understand. There are documents you cannot sign as the APM. Because at the end of the day, nobody knows what the prime minister will say. So there's the only document that only the prime minister will sign before it can be taken as a document. I don't know what people want to make of these things. Yeah? Please, let's if there's no other hand, this guy, what's his name? This Afro something. If he's not coming up, let me continue. Co-host, I beg, continue, I beg.
Don't worry, I'm here. I have come up. I send you greetings. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. I'm standing on the existing protocol of the previous speakers. Clearly, we are on the right path. And I believe that we are very close to achieving a Biafran homeland. The same homeland that was promised us by God, and the same homeland that our ancestors died for between 1967 and 1970. So I encourage my brothers and my sisters to redouble their efforts and to renew their methods. And we must keep up this fight, no matter how long it takes. It is very easy to be distracted with all the goings on in the zoo. We should not worry about what people are saying or what people are doing. We should just keep our eyes on the prize. We should keep our eyes on the prize. And this issue, nature doesn't like vacuum. If our prime minister is incapacitated or incarcerated, naturally, just naturally, we have to elect another prime minister. And luckily, we have elected a very good prime minister who knows what he's doing. I think we should be congratulating him and encouraging him and making our contributions to help us achieve what we are looking for. All this talk about legitimacy, who is doing what, it detracts from the task ahead of us. So there's a time to argue technicalities. There's a time to write silly technicalities to all kinds of conclusions, but there's also a time to fight for Biafra. So let's not worry too much about personalities and procedures. Let's pay our dues. Let's support our leaders. And let's support each other. I thank you very much and I yield.
Thank you very much, Afro Dominion. Thank you very much. It seems we have actually deviated from the topic, actually. But then, please, we should try to go back to the topic of the day. We haven't discussed that at length. And I think the hosts have more to say regarding the very topic that we have
we
today.
are
So
going
let's
to
not
shut
forget
down
about
now
that
to refresh.
completely.
Keep sharing. Good morning.
Ancestral Warrior.
Many people watching the TikTok. Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. Good evening, everybody. Good afternoon. Good morning. Depending on what time zone. I'm calling from land.